¿Qué onda, gente? Bienvenidos a la parte 2 del conteo regresivo de la cartelera estelar y coestelar de este fin de semana. Dentro de 3 días, el sábado, sábado 11. O sábado 11 me parece, sí. Jueves 8, no, sería 10 entonces. Bueno, para el sábado prácticamente. Bueno, aquí lo pone sábado 11. Claro, hoy es martes. Claro, sí. Sábado 11, bueno, vamos a darle a la parte de... Ya hemos hecho la parte 1 en la que salía Teixeira no. Pereira y Jiri y ahora vamos a darle a Tomás Pinal contra Sergey Pavlovich, el cual es el combate por el cinturón interino de los pesos pesados, ya que John Jones se lesionó en la que iba a ser la pelea contra Stipe Miocic, se lesionó y bueno, se canceló esa pelea, y al final van a estar los jóvenes prospectos ya son una realidad sin duda, pero que vienen de atrás, no están tan arriba como Miocic y ex campeón y John Jones actual campeón, pero bueno, será campeonato interino, así que bueno, vamos a darle a esta segunda parte. Tomás Pinal contra Pavlovich. Inglaterra. Tomás Pinal, número 4. Pavlovich es el 3, ¿no? Creo. O el 2. O Cyril Gane está el 2, no sé. The real deal.
I couldn't imagine my life.
No imagino una vida sin deporte de combate, ¿eh? Curioso. Esa necesidad de pelear. De hacer deporte lo entiendo y entrenar con compañeros, kickboxing, piso. Eso yo lo hago encantado, pero bueno, cada uno tiene sus riesgos, sin duda. Pero hay que tener esas ganas y ese fuego.
Without combat sports. It has been in my life for as long as I can remember. My dad, he used to work in IT, but he retired from that years ago and then started teaching jiu-jitsu full-time. My dad is a former fighter himself. He's always been into martial arts and it's always been around. Even on my mum's side, they had fighters, boxers, and even if they weren't fighting professionally, they were all like scrappers and stuff anyway, so it's always been in my life.
Tom started to grapple when he was maybe 6 or 7.
6 o 7. Si es que esa edad es la mejor. Esas edades. Por tema de flexibilidad y bueno, tienes tiempo de sobra de adquirir todos los conocimientos necesarios para ganar que sí, torneos principiantes, amateur, luego de nivel medio. O sea, tienes tiempo de todo.
I think his dad would have come maybe second year I opened and was looking to use a bit of mat space, practice a bit of jiu-jitsu with his friends. So we got talking to him, and then within a couple of weeks he was like, wouldn't mind learning a bit of jiu-jitsu if you jump in and do a bit, and he says, I'll do your deal then. I'll teach you a little bit of jiu-jitsu if you coach my son. I was lucky enough to get him so young, so I was able to mold him into what I thought I'd like him to look like. From them early days up for me, it was all about getting him fast, keeping him moving, getting his angle game up.
6 rounds de 5 minutos será, o de 4. O sea que mínimo 24 minutos. Entre 24 y 30. Depende si son rounds de 4 o de 5. De 5 seguro. O sea que media horita ya de sparring. O de manoplas. Ni tan mal. Me gusta el físico de Tomás Pinal.
Get him as agile and as quick as I could, and that's how I've trained him. So now I believe he's probably as fast as a welterweight. I'll put him against welterweights in here, he can outspeed him no problem. He can outgas tank him no problem. So I think it's worked, it's paid dividends.
Para ser un completo se mueve muy bien.
I need it twice as fast. I remember the first time I had to sit down with him, probably when he was 15, and said, what is it you want to do? And he just said straight away, I want to be in the UFC. So I guarantee I'll put you in the UFC if you just keep doing what I'm telling you to do. I think Tom's motivation, maybe in the early days, will have come from being surrounded by people in the UFC. And I don't know if there's one individual that stood out, I'd say, because at that time we had a lot. When Tom was 14, 15, he'd then already be sparring with someone like Terry Etten, who's in the UFC.
I would be on the mat like starstruck and I'd just be like a big young kid trying to get involved. I must have been probably about 16, 17 when I even started like landing any kind of punches on these guys and maybe winning the odd round like here and there in sparring. And that's a good feeling.
Tom's one of them who's evolved along the way, going past fight number 1, right through, and he's been there right from the early days, right through to down until. And each day he'd use the guy who's in the UFC as his motivation. Not one day that Tom give up, not one day that Tom said, that's it, I'm not cut out for this, it's too hard. Each day he'd come back, and each day he'd get that a little bit better.
Good job.
The way that me, my dad and Colin looked at it when I was fighting amateur was, we'll just take as many hard fights as we can at amateur to get the most experience we can.
Pues bueno, aquí estamos con los anuncios. Viendo ahí la buena preparación de Tomás Pinal.
Christian Bircher taking on Calvin's Tom Aspinall.
I'll be very surprised if we don't see a relatively quick finish from this position. And that shot looks very tight to me, Dave. There's a tap.
So I think out of 9 fights, I think 7 or 8 of the people thought were unbeaten.
Ni
In my
tan
third
mal.
amateur fight, I fought someone 8-0 with 8 knockouts.
Todos por KO. Joder.
I really enjoyed the amateur days, actually. I would have had 50 fights if I could. Problem was with my amateur fights is I basically ran out of people to fight. Turning pro. Same as with the amateur thing. Like, I wanted to have as many fights as I possibly could.
Aspinall in the white and grey, rush back in the black and blue.
Yeah, immediately trying to close the distance, but Aspinall easily taking this one to the ground.
Aspinall putting in the work here. Big punches from Tom Aspinall. This is going to be it. The referee takes a close look. And it's all over. Aspinall maybe seeing this as a good chance to test his stand up against the big man. Good combinations.
Oh,
big shot. And he's out. And it's all over.
Demasiado pesado.
A heavyweight like him. It was about 2015 where opponent after opponent just pulled out. You know, so there aren't many heavyweights around, and heavyweights pull out.
It was very rough for me with MMA, to be honest. I had a child, and then we found out that we were having twins.
Ojo.
I wasn't getting no regular fights, and people were like, what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to provide for your family? I was training all the time. I was struggling to get opponents, though, and the fights just weren't coming through, and that was probably the toughest time of my whole career.
Ya ahí viene la UFC, seguro.
We'd be sitting in venues for an opponent not to turn up. So a lot of people would have thought, okay, fair enough, he's had a good go, he needs to go in there, money, support his family. But he trusted and he believed because we knew where we wanted to go and how we were going to get there.
He was giving up MMA.
Había renunciado. Porque no encontraba oponentes. Y es complicado cuando eres tan dominante y se te acaban. Por ejemplo, Hansat, que veían cómo dominaban a sus rivales y al final estuvo un tiempo también porque rechazó alguna pelea por lo corte de peso que se pasaba de libras. Pero bueno.
Packing in all together. And I thought, Tom can make it to the top. So we went through heartfelt, you've got to do this. Eventually we talked him round and then he came back.
He came back.
I was aware that the UFC were looking at me anyway. So that's why I signed with Cage Warriors, because I thought they could give me better opponents who I could give me more time in there before.
En la que estuvo también McGregor y algunos que otros más conocidos. ¿Fue campeón o no? En Cage.
The same thing happened in Cage Warriors. It's just really hard finding people with that quality to fight.
Cage Warriors were really struggling to get me opponents, and they told me that. And I thought, if Cage Warriors release me, I'm back to square one. So it's either I go to the UFC now, or I'm back to where I was like 2 years ago. So obviously went for the UFC, and obviously it was the right move, so I'm happy with it.
It's pretty much been the plan since Tom was able to walk that he would get here to the UFC.
This guy is a devastating individual in this heavyweight division.
It doesn't matter if you're on the UFC or you're on an amateur show. It's the same thing. Just fight another guy who's trying to knock you out.
Ready. There is Tom Aspinall making his UFC debut. Round number 1. Oh! That's it! Wow! Count for Tom Aspinall!
Ha mejorado su físico
Aspinall.
Aspinall.
Myself, like, we all had a strong belief
Se ve con más.
that this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to work. And without that belief, I wouldn't have done it.
I'm glad he's doing what he's doing. I want your kids to do something that they like doing. That's the only important thing as a father.
En julio.
I'm glad he's an athlete. He wants to be an athlete.
Nice clinch here.
Beautiful. Yeah, this was a very smart move for Tom to take him down. There he is. Double quick again. He goes 2-0 with the UFC. Oh, he connected.
Arlovski, febrero del 21. Activo. Julio, octubre, febrero. 3 peleas en menos de un año. 3 peleas en 7, 8 meses, ¿no? De julio a febrero, 7, 8 meses. Ponle 7, o sea, ni tan mal. Y más si ganas por cada primer segundo asalto, sin problema te recuperas. It's over. Spyback, ojo. Esta hace poco Spyback peleó con Cyril Gane, creo, ¿no? Y Gane le ganó, sin duda.
I am motivated on another level. Like, I've got to kick up the arse more than I've ever had before to go and push myself to the absolute limits because this is my dream and I ain't letting no one take it away from me.
Aspinall. ¿Qué pone? Me enseñó a cogerlo. Mi padre no me dio el pecado, me enseñó a cogerlo. Una frase en español, ojo. Curioso. Vamos, tío. Pesadilla, si tengo la calidad baja.
Aspinall.
Qué asco, tío. La plataforma morada es mucho mejor, tío. Me da menos problemas.
Welcome to the world famous O2 Arena, London, England, for UFC Fight Night Blaze versus Aspinall.
El peso completo de la UFC toma Aspinall. irrumpió en el escenario con 5 finalizaciones en 5 peleas en la UFC.
Tom Aspinall has acknowledged this is the toughest challenge he could possibly face. He made short work of everyone
Aquí le tocó ahora Aspinall.
and he had no plans of slowing up.
Y planeaba llegar a 6 veces seguidas en el evento principal de Londres contra
Curtis Blaze,
el verano pasado.
Can Curtis Blaze slow down the break?
Curtis Blaze ya no es tontería.
Hasta que empezó la pelea.
Top center, push the action.
Oh, no!
Ojo.
His knee's gone. Wow. His knee's gone.
Oh,
¿Serio?
such a shame.
Ah, aquí se
Oh,
lesionó. Con Curtis. Hostia. ¿Cómo fue, tío? O sea, fue como en un avance, ¿no? Un momento, gente. 1 minuto y vuelvo, menos. Ay. Volvimos. Vamos a ver.
And of course, we wish Tom Aspinall all the very best on his road back.
Ahora será un avance o algo. O al hacer una
The
mago.
process was long.
No lo sé.
It was very tough. It was very character building. But since I recovered from the injury, I feel like I'm in a really, really good spot mentally and physically because of what happened.
Apenas un día antes de que se cumpliera un año, Aspinall volvería.
1 year ago, Tom Aspinall's world fell apart here in the O2 Arena, but the time away has been spent utterly focused on rebuilding himself.
Figura. Este es el rival que tiene el último con el que ha peleado antes de Pavlovich. Pensé que era uno de más calibre. Tipo Alexander Volkov, me parecía, no sé. Aunque no sé en qué top estaba Tigura. Marcin Tigura, si no me equivoco. No sé en qué top estaba. Top 10 seguro, pero no sé, 8, 9.
To serve his dream of becoming a UFC champion.
Para encabezar otra cartelera en Londres, donde puso la división de peso completo nuevamente sobre aviso.
He wanted to return to the scene of the crime, the scene where he suffered that agonizing knee injury.
He's come back a bigger, better, stronger version of himself.
Here we go, folks. The return of Tom Aspinall against that man on hot streak.
Buen físico Tomás Pinal, ¿eh? Ahí está Marcin Tigura. Que fue por KO en el segundo salto por ahí. Pienso yo, ¿eh?
A lot of fun matchups.
One thing we know about Tom Aspinall, he's very quick for a heavyweight.
Ooh, that knee must be all right. Yeah, I was going to say.
I think so.
Let's test it out.
Oh, look at the hands. Tom is on fire. Look how loose he is, dancing around.
Striking rápido, ¿eh?
Punishing front kick. Don't let him touch you. Keep the middle, bro. Keep the middle.
Oh, nice elbow. Oh,
Al suelo.
Way more confident.
big shitting.
My body's been good. My mind's been in a really good spot.
It's a fairy tale return for Tom.
Tremendo regreso. KO técnico. Primer asalto.
He makes quick work of Marcin Tybura, and not many people can do that.
I'm telling you, keep an eye on this man because Tom Aspinall is coming.
Bien. Grabando. Dale, porquería. ¿Qué te tienes que cargar tanto? Pues parece ser que está la victoria previa a la pelea que va a tener por el título interino. Dale, tío.
It's been a really tough year for me. This is a whole new version of me. I'm not going to say that I'm back because I'm different now. I'm just different than what I was last year. My mind's different. My body's different. And I'm going all the way. Tom Aspinall!
Con la victoria en su país, Aspinall dio un paso más hacia la oportunidad por el título de peso completo. Y
Las
cuando el
Vegas.
campeón de la división se vio forzado a abandonar su defensa del 11 de noviembre, se materializó una oportunidad para Aspinall.
Harto
John
juego.
Jones was training last night, got
Ahí
injured.
está.
He was wrestling and
Lo del hombro.
tendon that can extra
Haciendo
back
lucha,
to the
tranquilito.
bone, off the bone. 8
Se ve que
months, gonna need
se le
surgery.
elevó
He's
mucho
down.
lo
So,
que es
co-main
el
event
brazo izquierdo.
now is Pavlovich versus Aspinall for the
Ahí está,
interim
el
heavyweight
reemplazo.
championship.
Pavlovich Aspinall. Qué pesadilla los anuncios, tío. Coconut Creek, Florida.
Una pelea por el título interino en Nueva York pone a Aspinall a un paso del premio final.
El famoso ATT.
El ruso Sergei Pavlovich no es tarea
Ojo,
fácil.
entrena ahí.
Moscow's own Sergei Pavlovich. He is a scary dude when he gets going.
That is a big
Vaya bestia, ¿eh? O sea, que entrena con Poirier. De vez en cuando más Vidal, si es que entrena.
Pavlovich winding up. Did he put him down? Massive uppercut, and he sits down cold.
the power that this man possesses. It's insane. He's been an
Súper
absolute
fuerte,
wrecking
tío.
machine.
Pavlovich raining down
Una
the road. He gets
pisonadora.
pulled up. It's win number 2 for the Russian.
6 victorias, 6 caos. Tremendo. como lo toque a Aspinall, se va a ir al suelo, ¿eh? Esperemos que no. Mucho nivel de striking aquí también. Vamos, quedan 8 minutos menos.
Insane knockout power. Really is quite scary. Oh! He detonates that right hand. This is going to be it. It's a smash and grab. That's it for Pavlovich here in London. Oh! Early combination for the Russian. Different. Oh, and another big right hand. Lewis face first.
Derry Lewis a dormir.
Oh! Pavlovich hits like a monster.
Tú y Basa.
Both men recognize the danger. Oh, what a monster. That is going to do it. Sergey Pavlovich, 17 up and 1 down. Wow.
17-1 tiene de récord.
Los que enfrentó Pavlovich no solo no lograron derrotarlo, no pudieron aguantar ni un asalto.
No son tonterías los que tienen en su récord, ¿eh? Derry Lewis, Curtis Blaze, tú y Basa.
Понимаем, что всегда зрелищнее, когда крепкие, здоровые парни дерутся, и когда происходит нокаут, и публике это нравится.
Again in the first, the record-breaking Russian does it again. Another first-round knockout for Sergey Pavlovich.
Sí, tranquilo que te queda poco. En esta voy con Aspinall. Deerfield
Para el
Beach.
poderoso peso completo de Rusia. Este viaje hacia un título de la UFC comenzó el día que vio el deporte por primera vez.
Vaya torso que tiene. Vamos, tío.
ММА я еще смотрел, когда пошли первые диски.
DVD.
Мне понравилось, я еще с тех времен сказал, что я хочу попасть в UFC. Потом в школе я также, когда оканчивал школу, мы там с ребятами виделись, одноклассниками, я им говорил, посмотрите, время пройдет, и я буду в UFC. Моя мечта с детства — это чтобы пояс UFC был у меня. Поэтому пояс UFC для меня является основной целью, номер один. Я ментально, физически, по всем кондициям уже давно созрел к титульному бою. Все спокойно.
Y tanto que está listo para pelear con el título ya. Por el título. Sin duda. Miami.
Los atractivos del soleado sur de la Florida son ilimitados. Pero
¿Quién no conoce? ¿Quién no ha visto estas palmeras en alguna película?
para la multitud de artistas marciales mixtas de todo el mundo que se mudan aquí. Las principales atracciones son gimnasios como el American Top Team. Y fue esta moderna operación la que atrajo al peso completo de la UFC, Sergey Pavlovich.
Тренировались в Москве, приняли решение приехать в American Top Team. Мы считаем, что это
Tremendo gimnasio.
в мире. Здесь большое количество тяжеловесов, есть с кем поработать.
Ну, до UFC я дрался в российской организации Fight Nights. Там я был чемпионом, выиграл пояс чемпиона Fight Nights, защитил его.
Ni tan mal, ¿eh? Cinturón y defensa.
Я шел без поражений, первый бой в UFC. Я проиграл, это одно
Contra
поражение в карьере.
Alistair Overeem perdió. Pues sí que lleva años en la
Мне,
UFC.
скажем так, помогло стать более профессиональным. Я начал больше относиться профессионально к своим, скажем так, подготовкам. Ну, я просто-напросто отдаюсь на тренировках полностью, тренируюсь, пашу. Я думаю, это тяжелый труд себя оправдывает.
Muy sólida. Aspinall lo va a tener muy complicado.
Сейчас мой основной, скажем так, что мне нужно, это пояс. И неважно, что там, как будет.
Qué limpito se queda ahí. Venga, quedan 3 minutos, tío. No puede ser que se tenga que cargar tanto. St. Helens, UK.
Como Pavlovich, su oponente del UFC 295 Tom Aspinall se está adaptando a su entorno y estar mejor preparado para la batalla de peso completo.
Jin Kim.
I had a lot of time to think about what I need to change. I think the main difference was I needed to train with guys my size.
Top 4.
So we just brought in a lot of heavyweights. Every day now I train with at least 4 or 5 different guys my size or bigger.
Al menos 4 o 5.
It's definitely improved my physical attributes like my strength. Having to shift guys 120 kilo plus every day, every session. It's really tough.
Tremendo.
But I know that I can handle guys my size all the time, not every now and again.
Gigantes preparan al mejor peso completo del Reino Unido para pelear por el oro de la UFC. Cuando Aspinall se enfrente cara a cara con Sergey Pavlovich en Nueva York por el título interino.
Two of the scariest humans wearing 4-ounce gloves are about to put it all on the line.
Both these guys have absolute, ridiculous one-punch knockout power.
Oh! That's it! Knockout for Tom Aspinall!
The sky truly is the limit for this young guy.
We're looking at a future UFC heavyweight champ.
Look at that, it's over. It's done.
Hand on heart, I think Sergey Pavlovich is the most dangerous guy in the UFC.
Oh, good look. He's looking to absolutely knock your head up into the top row.
He's on a 6-fight knockout streak.
Para Aspinall, Pavlovich es el más peligroso de la UFC.
The last 6 guys we've fought and not named Tom Aspinall.
He moves like a middleweight. Tom Aspinall is the real deal.
O como que él se presentaba como el más peligroso hacia Pavlovich. En cualquiera de los casos tiene razón.
Все освоится просто. Это пояс, это моя мечта. И я готов сражаться за пояс. Мне нужен мой пояс.
Los pesos completos preparan el escenario.
Como para no creer el cinturón. Como para no creerlo. Estatus, que si redes sociales, que a mí en mi caso no me interesa. Pero bueno, ya cuando eres campeón, ganas 1 millón asegurado. Y ya te dan venta de pay-per-view. No sé si cuando eres campeón solamente o cuando ya tienes un estatus y, bueno, bien trabajar las redes sociales y demás.
Es el UFC 295 en la Meca, el 11 de noviembre.
Y se terminó. Por fin. Lo que a mí me cansó es que se tenga que cargar tanto y parar tantas veces. Pero bueno. Nos vemos en la semana de la pelea.